What we want to do with the Assad Group is just develop a team that is known for their integrity, for working hard and supporting their clients and just giving the best level of service, because that's what clients want. Hi, I'm Kim Assad with Compass Real Estate. I've lived in Texas since I was 11 years old, and we've lived in Grapevine since 2002. Grapevine is a great area to live in. We love the downtown area. It's like an old Western movie with log cabins. It's known as the Christmas capital of Texas, and we're really proud of our city. We love living here. Our kids grew up in the school district, Grapevine Colleyville ISD. We love their education and have been proud of just the relationships and friendships they've made in the community here. There's been all walks of life, from lots of stay-at-home moms to working parents that do a lot of volunteering for the schools. And that's really kind of how I've met a lot of my clients, is volunteering in the schools, whether I'm the teen mom or in the booster club, or volunteered with NCL National Charity League, or with my son through Second Saturdays. We've had a great time just meeting so many people in the community. I've been in real estate since 2000. I'm actually a civil engineer by degree, married a civil engineer, and then I got my real estate license back in 2000 and just have loved it ever since, because I love working with people and just the relationship. Real estate is really a relationship business. It's about developing relationships, somebody that trusts you, and that we can help them accomplish their real estate goals. I was a broker on my own before, and I joined Compass because I just love the image and the support that I have with Compass. I mean, our ads look so professional, our listings look so desirable, and it just helps the client out because I can get their homes sold faster. But I have the Assad Group under Compass. I've grown that with 2 agents initially that have been great agents, and then now my family's even joined. So my husband, who joined Compass about a year ago, and then now my son. You know, I just want to welcome your business, and if you have any real estate needs, whether you're looking for a rental, a purchase, to sell your house, or an investment property, just call me.
Hello, Mustang Nation. Welcome to Week 3 of the Team 103 season. Coach Mike Alexander Show alongside head coach Mike Alexander. I'm Matt Carnes, Grapevine Booster. We're at Meet You Anywhere. We got a lot of great Grapevine Mustangs in the house. Let's hear it for my Mustangs here. If you haven't been to Meet You Anywhere, it's some of the best barbecue in the area, and I highly encourage you to come check it out. Special thanks to Kim Assad and Compass Realty for sponsoring us once again. Special thanks to Davis Burke and Zach Towery for coming together and helping us get this thing filmed. Alongside, as always, head coach Mike Alexander, the Grapevine Mustangs, and we had a week off. We come back ready for the real season to start now, as they say.
Yes, sir. So, and our guys know this. I mean, non-district's great. You find out a lot about yourself. You work to improve, but that record doesn't matter for anybody in the state of Texas. What matters, everybody's 0-0 in our district right now, and so it's go time.
We've got a lot of stuff coming up with homecoming and some other stuff, but we had the off week. Let's talk about the dove hunt. Tell us about the dove hunt.
So I brought a little picture here. This is just a kind of post-game picture of all the guys that went. Well, not all the guys that went, but a few of them left a little bit early, but this is most of them. It was a great weekend. I think we had about 35 dads and sons show up and to go on the hunt. We went to Vernon, Texas again. This is the sixth annual event. And, man, it's just a great time, Matt, to get away with your son. My son drove in from College Station, to do it. So anytime I can get him away from Aggie Land to go spend some time with me, it's a pretty good time.
I will not make a cult joke there, but I could. Well, we're coming off of a big win. Number 1, Argyle was in town last week. We'll get into that. But as always, we want to talk about the DNA players and what they've got going. But before we do DNA this week, you've got another special player you want to talk about.
I do. I just want to brag on Colt Mercer for a second. Colt, come on up here for a second, would you? Davis, we on this camera here or this one? Okay. So most people that are tight to the program, they know kind of your story and what happened back in April last year. But, you tore your ACL. You were competing for the starting quarterback job. You started quite a few games for us in the previous year. And, all signs were pointing up. It was your senior year. You had, huge goals. And then, from that point, I'm just going to fill the people in a little bit on kind of what you meant to our program. Then I'm going to ask you a couple questions about your just your journey. But just so everybody knows, since the day Colt got back from surgery, he hasn't missed a meeting. He hasn't been late for a meeting. He hasn't missed a workout. He hasn't missed a practice. Highly involved in practice. You're calling out personnel groupings and making sure everybody understands what's going on. You're on the sideline with us on Friday nights. You're engaged. You're helping our signalers on Friday nights. You're helping in every way you possibly can. And we could not go another week talking about Mustang DNA without talking about Colt Mercer, because when you talk about attitude, compete, tough, family, discipline, and fight, this dude right here embodies every bit of that. So Colt, my question to you is, man, how are you doing it right now? How are you able to do all the things I just said when you're not getting to play?
The goal just kind of stays the same. Like, before I got hurt, I just want to do everything I could to help the team win. And even after I got hurt, like, that still stays the goal. Just make sure I do my part.
Well, as a coach, man, there's nothing that makes my heart, warmer and more proud than to see a guy that's not able to play but still doing all the things that all the other guys are expected to do. So, man, I love you, and I appreciate you so much. You bet. All right, so we're going to get into our DNA Players of the Week. First off, we got junior safety, Major Heck. All right, so around my house, you're known as number 6. And everybody knows number 6 for one reason, and that's because you're making a name for yourself for being a big hitter. You got the Attitude Award this week, but talk to us about your mentality on the field. What makes you want to be such a big hitter?
I got to keep a positive attitude throughout the week, and we played a good team last week, and that only makes me want to be better. Because if I do good against a good team, that makes me look better, makes the team look better. Like, if we go out there and we beat a good team, that means, man, it looks better for us. Looks good on the coaches. Looks good on the players.
So first year as a varsity player, right?
Yes, sir.
How's it different? How's the preparation leading up to a game different from the JV to the varsity?
It's definitely a lot more intense. You get a lot more reward on the way there. You get a lot more stuff to do. But, it was the same mentality. I wanted to do the best I could do on JV during scout team, and then, go out there, prepare for a game just so I can make it to the varsity, which I got pulled up for playoffs. I got to see everyone play. But, you got to stay locked in.
And I'm proud of you, Major. Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
All right, our Compete Player of the Week was Sammy Kelly. Sammy Kelly wasn't able to be here. He started his job at Chipotle first night on the job, so we'll miss Sammy, but we'll give him a little shout out anyway. Our Tough Player of the Week this week is Parker Polk. Parker, come on up. Man, I think throughout the last couple of years, you've probably been the attitude, compete, tough before. You've been probably awarded every one of our DNA traits. You're a leader on our team. You're voted captain by your teammates. So really, I'm not going to talk to you about DNA tonight. I want to talk to you about that game we had last Friday. Okay, obviously didn't turn out the way we wanted, but what do you think that did for us leading up to district and going into the playoffs?
I did a lot. I told the team after it's better to get that feeling now than in the third round. So definitely good to face someone that good early, see where our weaknesses are, see what we need to improve on, and we're definitely going to do that. And we hope to see them again in the playoffs. So
awesome. Thanks, Parker. Congratulations. All right, our Family Player of the Week, freshman Hunter Caudill. Come on up, Hunter. So Hunter's an offensive lineman, plays right guard. Freshman, this guy right here. First in my career I've ever had a freshman start in the offensive line. It takes a lot to be a starter in the offensive line, period, on a varsity football team, okay? So talk to me about, kind of what's got you to this point. How did you make the transition from just middle school ball a year ago? I mean, last week I watched you hanging out with your teammate, your former school, GMS, on the sideline as they were playing on a Tuesday night, and I thought, my gosh, he was playing in this game last year, you know. So and now you're playing against the big boys. You lined up against a couple Power 5 defensive tackles last week, held your own, played a great game. Like, how did you make that jump, that transition?
It was easy when you have the right people along your side. So my teammates helped me along the way. Like if I ever had any questions, I just asked them, and they always were there for me, and just making me work harder in the weight room and just in practice in general.
Well, you got a big future, Hunter. We're sure glad you're with us. Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, number 3, our discipline player of the week, C.J. Holmes. CJ, you've probably been known for a lot of things in your life. Stud, athlete, you know, fast, explosive, but discipline. This is a new one for us, okay? I'm super proud of the job you did because you had a tough job. You had a tough job because you're out there by yourself. Coach Anel did not give you any help. He said, you're going to press that guy. You're going to do it all night long, and you're going to do a good job of it. And you stayed locked in. Talk to us about your preparation during the week and how you were able to come out and stay focused and disciplined throughout the whole game.
Just really locked in during practices with the little techniques and stuff like that. You know, I'm really honored to have the trust of all my coaches to go on there and be on that island by myself. So that just really gave me confidence and just being ready.
And you were frustrating Argyle for sure, CJ. They're used to being able to raise up, you know, when they get single coverage and hit some of those deep balls, and you did a phenomenal job. We got a couple highlights we'll show people of the work you did later on the show, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank
Congratulations. You. All right, and finally, number 25, our fight player of the week, Hunter Lasher. Hunter, you were up here last week as the discipline player of the week, I believe. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And now we're up here getting recognized for fight. And man, I'm really proud of the job our entire defense did. You know, last week we had a little bit of a letdown in the third quarter. You know, but what did you learn coming out of that game about our team?
I learned that we can play as a unit and, like, play together, and we can be really good against the #1 team in the state.
Yeah, sure.
And we can stone them.
Yeah, we got to get, you know, there's a few things we got to clean up, but, man, I'm sure proud, especially of our defense the other night, you know, led by the likes of you and Latham and those guys, just getting it done, CJ making plays on the perimeter. Like I said, they were frustrated not being able to throw the ball like they typically do. So congratulations on being our fight player of the week. Looking for big things the rest of the year.
Thank you.
See you, Hunter.
How about another round of applause for all of our DNA players and for Colt Mercer? As I've said before, I think that right there is what embodies the Grapevine Mustang football team so well, and these kids are all going to learn how to impart those traits for the rest of their life. I think that is absolutely huge, and kudos to you and the coaching staff for pushing that. But with that, let's move on to the big game. Of course, it started that morning with Breakfast of Champions with Elvis Gallegos. And Elvis came in, and he had the great speech of what it was like to get ready for a big game. He's been there. He and his little TCU Horned Frogs went into Norman, Oklahoma, and beat OU. Talked a little bit about that. But tell me your takeaways from Elvis' speech that morning.
Man, I love when our players can hear from another adult that's walked their shoes. You know, Elvis was a Fort Worth kid that grew up in this area, went to TCU, and has experienced all these things that our kids are experiencing. So, you know, in the fact that he's a community pastor at our church, you know, he's just a great guy. He's a great friend of the program. Anytime he gets a chance to talk to our kids, I know it's going to be very, very rich.
And it was spot on for where we were headed. #1 team in the state coming in. And as you mentioned earlier, the game didn't end up the way you were hoping. But at halftime, there were some nervous people on the other side of the stands.
Yeah, you know, and here's the thing: in a football game, especially a big game, when you're talking about two very talented teams, special teams matter. And we didn't play our best in all three phases of the game. You know, special teams, I brought our plan to win here, just so everybody can see it. Well, maybe we're not going to see it. So part of the plan to win is special ops must be special. So special teams, and we were not special. We were pretty average at best, and had some breakdowns that probably was about a 10 or 12 point swing, and you throw that into the mix, and who knows, the game can look totally different. So, Matt, I do think that given another opportunity, and we very well could see these boys again in the future. I feel really good about what we've learned about our team, and I think we can give them a heck of a run next time we see them.
Well, you had two opportunities in the first half with the punt that didn't go where they recovered and they took the ball over deep in your territory, an interception. Both of those things could have really swung the game. Defense rose up both times and just really put a stop to it.
So proud of Coach Handel and our defensive unit. He's had them play a little different style of football the last couple weeks, just based on the opponents that we're seeing. We've gotten a little bit out of our base package, but our guys have responded well, and they're going out there and playing pretty well as a unit right now.
Well, as we said, you're up 7-6 at the half. Argyle did wind up winning at 31-15, but if you look at the game stats, almost all the way through, it's head-to-head.
No doubt, head-to-head. There's a 14-point swing there with us giving up a 4th and 8 in the fourth quarter. We gave up a 4th and 8 for a touchdown pass to the tight end in the fourth quarter, where we make a play right there. We go down and score, and now it's a field goal game. And so that's where the game kind of got out of our hands, because at that point it's 25-15. If we get that stop and go down and score, we're in business. I'm getting ready to dial up the onside kick team and see what happens. So it is what it is. It's a non-district game. Like I told the guys after the game and on Monday, we wad that up, we throw it away, and it's time to move on to district, and we'll worry about those guys down the road.
Well, like you say, we'll probably see him down the road, but let's look at some of the highlights. You said you had a hard time narrowing this one down.
For a 31-15 loss, I couldn't stop tagging these plays. So we probably have a few more than we normally have. So we'll go through them fairly quickly. Starting off the game right here, this is our first drive. I believe we come out and hit a nice little curl route right here to Caden Cook. Evan puts it on the money in a tight window. That's a big-time throw and catch right there. See it from the end zone copy. And we're gonna go through some of these pretty quick, because we do have quite a bit. And I put these in sequential order as they were in the game. This is a big play by Leighton Towery right here. We're coming down the line of scrimmage, showing his athleticism from the defensive tackle position. That's a big boy that can run right there. We'll show you the tight copy of number 19 right here, getting it done, using his hands, getting off blocks. That's big-time football. And then we come back, still got some defensive highlights going. Great coverage in the secondary. We got CJ and Hunter Lasher up top, working in tandem right there on a little pick play. Doing their job, just being dependable, and quarterback's got nowhere to go. Definitely frustrated in the passing game. Coach Handel did a good job all first half of mixing up the defensive front, and getting our defensive tackles cut loose, making some plays. That's Tristan Sneed coming free right there. Can't remember which one this one is. Oh, okay, this is our first 3rd and long that we had in the game. This is Rondell Carradine on a little dig route. Evan and Rondell hooked up on this a couple times this year on 3rd and long. So great job just finding the window by Evan, and good job Rondell finishing the play there. Back to defense. Once again, trying to take a shot. Notice, people are always staring at the quarterback. What they're not seeing is the incredible coverage in the secondary. Both corners, CJ and Ezekiel Brown, doing a great job on the outside receivers. Hunter on the slot. Big-time stuff right there. And then we get the sack. Drew Nelson just being patient, waiting for it to open up, and then finishing him off. All right. Got backed up a little bit. Got to come out of our own end zone. Maybe one of the tightest throws I would say the tightest throw we've had all year, except we throw one a little bit tighter later in the game. But big-time throw and catch right there from the end zone. You'll see just how tight this is. Man, that was threading the needle right there. Big-time catch by Hank Miller. All right, this is where we got down right before half on the goal line stand, and defense just getting it done in the middle. I mean, guys, these guys rushed the ball for 530 yards the previous week against Lovejoy, and just for our defense to do what they did, I'm so proud of them. Coming out of our own end zone, finding Rondell on a little sail route. We threw and caught the ball really well, Matt, the other night, and it turned into one of those games where we kind of had to, just because their defensive tackles were so tough in the middle, clogging everything up. This is one of my favorite plays of the night. We'll show it from the tight copy. This is a big-time play right here. 3rd and 13 early in the game. Hunter reads the slant route, breaks on it, jars the ball loose. We almost get an interception right there. Really proud of our guys and how they were playing fast and recognizing what they were seeing.
Well, as you're talking about those tackles, and you can see them right here, they were talking about it on the broadcast all night long. They're both D1 recruits.
Oh, yeah.
So you had your hands full all night long.
It's doubtful we'll see a tandem better than those two all year. All right, this is the Parker Polk play where he hits this safety, and this kid wasn't sure where he was there for a second. I think Parker probably felt it a little bit too, though. It was that was a big time collision. When I talk to the moms, during Moms 101 every summer, I tell them this is a violent game played by big, strong, fast men, and there's a clip of it right there. So, great job, Parker, securing the ball and running tough. All right, this is the one I was talking about. I don't know that we can have a tighter pass than this right here. This was Hackbar threading the needle, finding Brady Wagner on a sail route right there. That corner, whew, that's scary. I'll be honest with you, I was a little bit nervous on that one, Matt. All right, here we go, winding it down. Parker putting on a little circus act here. He goes Houdini on this guy, makes him just kind of disappears in his arms, and gets up the field and gets another 10 yards. I don't know who taught him how to do this stuff, but I'm sure glad he can do it because he sure makes it tough on defenses.
I did ask him if he was sore after the game, and he said yes. And they did want to put a hurting on him as much as they could.
All right, we get down right before half. Sammy Kelly in the corner of the end zone, big-time throw and catch. Score 6-0 at the time. We throw this and kick the extra point to go up 7-6 right before half. Give our team some life. That was a big-time throw. We'll look at it from the end zone copy. Yep. Sammy's got a knack for finding that ball around the end zone, Matt. He does a good job. Then we come out second half, first possession. Pop one real clean right here. I think that was our biggest single gain of the night right there. Either that one or the pass a little bit later on. But you can see the big boys working here.
When you have a defensive line like that and you can get a hole that big, that is impressive.
Just watch the get off by right guard, our Hunter Caldwell, who we met just a minute ago. I mean, he is working his tail off and finishing. That's a kid going to Nebraska right there. So, man, really proud of the fight that we had up front the other night. This was the play that they kept finding on us in the second half, and Matt, there wasn't anything special they were doing. They just kind of wore us down a little bit, and we got to get a little bit stronger for a little bit longer, next time we play these guys. But that's a good job by Latham Way finishing that play. And then this is Tristan Sneed getting a violent tackle on the quarterback. I mean, our guys played fast and they played super hard. I know it was easy to see from the stands too. I know the result of this game wasn't what we wanted, but man, it was fun to watch our guys get out there and compete at a high level. So this is what our speed option should look like. Oh, wrong. Didn't miss that clip. Here we go. Let's look at it one more time. It's a good job on the perimeter getting blocks. Hopefully we see more of that as the year goes on. We're starting to get a little bit better at our option game, Matt. This was a very, very, very confident throw by Evan right here, off some play action. He, I wasn't sure that Sammy had that much step on the DB, but Evan believes in him out there, and he let it fly. And good things can happen when your kids are playing confident. All right, I think winding this down. Oh, this is where Drew Nelson has a series here where he gets a couple big shots in on the running back late in the game. Showing physicality. Get another one right here, I believe. It's where Coach Annals just kind of started to bring a little pressure as the game's winding down. We're trying to create a turnover and make something happen there late in the game.
Well, like you said, outside of a few issues along the way, which can be cleaned up, it was a ball game, and it was fun to watch.
Yeah, it was a heavyweight fight, and our guys stood in the ring, and we walked away from it to saying, you know what, we do this, and this a little bit better, and it's maybe 31-15 the other way,
Yeah.
And so we're confident. We got to keep getting better as a team, for the postseason, and it starts this week against Northside.
Well, it's a big week coming up. Homecoming, as I hear, is coming around already.
Yeah, there's nothing more special than homecoming at Grapevine High School, man. We do it up right. Our community really gets involved, as you know. And we got some special traditions, like the varsity team eating at Jake's. That's a big deal. We always eat we call it pre-parade meal at Jake's.
Yep.
And then get on the flatbed trailer and throw candy at the kids and enjoy it. It's going to be fun.
Well, if you think about it, Grapevine was shut down for the weekend for 250,000 people coming in for Grape Fest.
Yep.
And then here 3 nights later, they're going to shut down Main Street again.
Yep.
And bring the Mustangs through.
That's right. It's going to be exciting. So everybody, please come out, bring the kids. We'll have a great time.
It's going to be a big deal. Grapevine does a great job with that. But then we get into the game. As you always say, you can't let the parade or all the activities take away from the game. So you got to stay focused on that. And you got a 3-0 team coming in with Forward Northside.
Yeah, they're playing confident football, and they're going to come in and they're going to play hard, and they're going to run to the football and all those things. But we're focused on the Mustangs. We're not worried about anything besides just us getting better, Matt, because that's what we got to do for later on. We had a really good practice today. I anticipate us having a really good practice tomorrow, and we just got to keep watering the root of our tree, and that fruit's going to start coming. But we can't do anything but take care of what we can take care of this week. Our boys know that homecoming, we have one job, and that's to win the game. Period.
Win the game.
That's our role. Everybody else's role is to do all the shenanigans and have fun. Our job is to go win the game.
Well, and it's the start of district, but as you get ready to start district, it'll start 7 o'clock Friday morning, breakfast of champions. Mm-hmm. As I've said before, it's something men of the community need to be there. It's a great time. It helps all of us. It's something that's really worth the time if you can do it. We have a special guest coming in this week, so tell us what we're looking for at Breakfast of Champions this week.
So we got a guy named Ray Serta. Ray's got an interesting story. He had some tragedy happen to him early on in his life. I won't give the rest of his story away because for the boys to wait and hear it on Friday morning. But he's overcome a lot of adversity in life and made it and made an impact on the world around him. And can't wait to hear from Ray. It's gonna be a great morning, and we'll be back in our locker room, Matt. We won't be down there at the stadium locker room. We finally got the AC working at the stadium at the field house, so we're back at home.
Well, good. Well, that'll be 7 o'clock Men of the community, if you can make it, that's Friday morning in the field house. Come join the Mustangs and the dads and anybody else who can make it. We'll hear Ray talk about it. If you can't make the game, YouTube and Champion Sports Radio does a wonderful job broadcasting. If you haven't had a chance to see or listen to those guys, please do. They do a great job. Game will be 7 o'clock, Mustang Panther Stadium. Anything else before we wrap up, Coach?
Go Mustangs.
Go Mustangs. We're going to get some Meet You Anywhere barbecue here in just 1 second. But special thanks to Kim Assad and Davis Burke and Zach Terry and everybody who made a part of this one. We will see you next week.
What we want to do with the Assad group is just develop a team that is known for their integrity, for working hard and supporting their clients and just giving the best level of service, because that's what clients want. Hi, I'm Kim Assad with Compass Real Estate. I've lived in Texas since I was 11 years old, and we've lived in Grapevine since 2002. Grapevine is a great area to live in. We love the downtown area. It's like an old Western movie with log cabins. It's known as the Christmas capital of Texas, and we're really proud of our city. We love living here. Our kids grew up in the school district, Grapevine Colleyville ISD. We love their education and have been proud of just the relationships and friendships they've made in the community here. There's been all walks of life, from lots of stay-at-home moms to working parents that do a lot of volunteering for the schools. And that's really kind of how I've met a lot of my clients, is volunteering in the schools, whether I'm the team mom or in the booster club, or volunteered with NCL National Charity League, or with my son through Second Saturdays. We've had a great time just meeting so many people in the community. I've been in real estate since 2000. I'm actually a civil engineer by degree, married a civil engineer, and then I got my real estate license back in 2000 and just have loved it ever since, because I love working with people and just the relationship. Real estate is really a relationship business. It's about developing relationships, somebody that trusts you and that we can help them accomplish their real estate goals. I was a broker on my own before, and I joined Compass because I just love the image and the support that I have with Compass. I mean, our ads look so professional, our listings look so desirable, and it just helps the client out because I can get their homes sold faster. But I have the Assad group under Compass. I've grown that with 2 agents initially that have been great agents, and then now my family's even joined. So my husband, who joined Compass about a year ago, and then now my son. You know, I just want to welcome your business, and if you have any real estate needs, whether you're looking for a rental, a purchase, to sell your house, or an investment property, just call me.